She is working like a dog.
She is working like a dog. I think that's what she's saying.
And the cover.
And I'll put the cover on. I think that's what it's about. Welcome back to another episode of Just One Fern. Luke's and I here to do a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing. And I would like to start with talk about Sabrina Carpenter. Big Sabrina Carpenter week.
Huge.
She just announced a new album. And this will be her second album in 1 year, basically. So I think her album, when it comes out, this new one, will be about a year, maybe even less than that since her last album. That to me is unheard of. And I wanted to bring that up with you.
It's within days. I know that for sure. Like, it's crazy. So
that to me seems like, I don't know, that this could be a big change for the industry because she's so big that, like, I think other musicians or their fans might be turning to be like, feed us. Why have you not released music in years?
Yeah.
Feed me. You're not, you just released an album? I don't care. Give me more.
I want
more.
another one now.
Yes.
I want it now.
Right. Yeah.
Where are you right now?
Right.
Which is, by the way it used to be.
Yeah. Right.
It used to be 2 albums a year.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah. It felt like from what I've learned about the Beatles, which of course is much less than your knowledge, it felt like they had an album whenever you finish listening to one and, oh, wait, there's another one.
Literally. No, literally. It was like they would tour and then they'd have a week.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, boys, you have a week off to record an album.
Yeah.
And then they go, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can, yeah.
Let's do drugs and never sleep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What they did.
Yeah.
But Sabrina's doing the same thing. She just wanted a huge
She
tour.
must have recorded this whole thing while on tour because she started her tour maybe the week after her album release. I mean, it was immediate.
Damn.
And then she toured until the beginning of April. And then from April until May, she was silent. No posts on Instagram, nothing.
Oh.
And then it was all of a sudden, all the time, just something. She did something. It was the Met Gala, and then it was her new single, and then it was she released the album, and then the Rolling Stone cover. So it's like it's been bang, 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 everything from her. And did she just record the album in a month, or are these like extra tracks from the old album? And by the way, the deluxe version of her last album came out in February.
Oh my God.
So like that's
basically album.
Yes.
That's basically 2 a year.
Yeah. Because there was an extra 5 or 6 songs on the deluxe.
That's almost an album for a lot of artists.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So she's, I mean working like a dog.
I would think that she definitely did. Or she is working like a dog.
She is working like a dog. I think that's what she's saying.
And the cover.
And I'll put the cover on. I think that's what it's about.
You think so?
I think it is about her being worked like a dog. And that she's working for the man, and the man's best friend sucks.
Is what it's called, right?
Yes, I think I people are like upset about the cover because they think it's like downgrading women. And I know and degrading, both. Both. I don't necessarily think it is. I honestly think it's feminist symbolism, which I could be crazy for saying that because I'm a dude, but it seems like it is.
No, I know what you mean. Like I wrote this down actually because when you said you want to talk about this,
mm-hmm.
I don't. First of all, I don't think this is like shocking for her.
No, oh no,
this is what she does.
Every time she puts out something, people
aesthetic.
are like,
yeah.
What do you mean? This is who she is, and it's great.
What she does.
If she stopped doing it, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. But the thing is, she's taking like these like traditional like female like stereotype like degrading things, you know, like status, like being like hypersexualized. But it's done with like as an aesthetic, not as like, you know, not as like I am sex. It's more like,
yes,
I'm playing with the idea that that is even a thing.
No, I understand that.
You know, it's almost ironic in a way.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think she has this mix of like knowing I am a star.
Yep.
I am a stunning person, but also I'm going to play into these stereotypes.
She's playing into them.
And I think it's great. I think it's very smart.
But I don't think it's like a Like, I think if you didn't know her, like I could see like how it would come off that way.
Yeah, sure. I think anything that people it's even like slightly scandalous, people go insane, which it's like, relax. Come on. Like, what have we not gone through like Madonna and like Rihanna, Christina,
all the
Britney,
all the Nas.
Come on.
And the
all the Nas and the E's.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, come on. It's like we've been here.
Guys.
We've been here forever, actually. Marilyn Monroe, we've been here forever, and she does a great job of like doing that. Like, I think Marilyn Monroe is a perfect example of what you're talking about. She plays into that as a stereotype.
Yeah.
And she flips it around to like almost like take the power back in a way.
Right,
you know?
right. And that's what it is.
She's
really,
like, this is
power back.
This is a woman thing. This isn't for the male gaze.
Right. This isn't for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. I've never felt like she's doing it to like. I've never felt anything as thirst trappy about her. She's almost like she's too high power for me. She's like
she's in control.
Yeah,
she's in control.
Yes,
and maybe that's like what people don't like about this one. She looks out of control, but maybe it's, like you're saying, it's just it's her saying, "I've been working really hard."
She's working late
because she's a singer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she's being honest in her. In her songs.
Again, we are men. So,
yes, right. You know. I can only say so much about it without sounding like an idiot, but I'm on board 110%. I think it's awesome just from like, to go back to a musical standpoint specifically. I'm on board with everything else too, but musically, being able to put out that amount of music in that small amount of time is what artists who are famous should be doing.
Yeah.
People are dying, starving themselves to become artists, to make music all the time. I would be doing it all the time.
Well, yeah. Then it's like, oh, I'm going to put out an album every 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing with the rest of your songs?
What happens in those years that you're not? Yeah, I don't understand.
Like,
even a tour is not, unless you're Taylor Swift, a tour is not like a year long, you know?
No, it's not. I mean, I guess maybe like you'd want to hang out, but like, I don't know. Like that, I'd be making music constantly.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't be like Prince, you know, he'd literally spend every waking second. But like, I don't know. I would at least have an album. Like maybe it's a contract thing. Maybe the labels force them to do this.
Maybe. I don't know though. Because it seems that with her, she can just do what she wants. I don't know. That's weird to me. I'm sure the label loves it. Yeah. The label's making like, oh, you have another album? Yeah, let's go.
You'd think they'd make more money.
It could be. This could be something, actually. You're kind of picking at this side of things, which is interesting. Maybe she has a contract where she has to fulfill a certain amount of albums until she can get out of there.
Right.
That could be a reason. But she seems comfortable. I don't know.
That could be a reason to make more albums. So here's the thing. If you don't know, like there are what's called album cycles. So it's like the cycle as an artist.
Yes.
When you're an artist, there's a natural cycle you go through when you release music. It's, if you were to really break it down, if you were to really simplify, it's release music and tour. Now it goes way deeper than that, obviously. But
yeah,
it's like you need to do so many things in order, and there's an industry standard as to the way you do things. And right now, in general, like what you're saying, like most artists, their cycle is like 2 or 3 years.
Dude, and that's on the small side.
Yeah, well, John Bellion just took him 6 years, but he's his own.
He was trying to get he was trying to wait out his
contract. That makes sense. Okay.
He was like, I'm not making another song for you until you give me my masters.
Wow. Good for him.
And they were like, haha, you won't. And then he did. So that was a little different.
But he made music for other people. So.
Yeah. But you look at like Rihanna's a perfect example. What? You kidding me? Haven't put out an album since what, 2016, I believe?
Was it 2016?
I think. Whenever the
Auntie?
Yeah. I think. I could be wrong.
Or even like
it's like what
I know Harry Styles, like how long has it been? 2022?
I feel like he had a pretty quick turnaround at one point. Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean doesn't count. He has 2 albums.
That's also true. Yeah. Not a cycle. Yeah, I agree though. I think that the cycle has just gotten bigger, or I'm sorry, longer and longer. Yeah.
But like, why is that? My thought is that, and here's a little history lesson. That makes sense when you think about it. Back in like the 60s, you think of the Beatles. You didn't make a ton of money from touring.
Yeah.
You made a ton of money from selling records. Records were really expensive.
Right.
So the philosophy was you make records and you go on tour to promote the record.
Yes. Yeah.
Touring was promotion to buy the record.
Yeah.
Then a little thing called the internet happened.
Yep.
And that switched.
Yep.
All of a sudden, music wasn't worth shit.
Yep.
But ticket prices skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And that's how they make their money.
Right.
Now you go on tour and you make music to promote your tour.
Yes.
And then you make your money on your tour.
Yes.
It's completely the opposite. So it almost makes sense to extend your between albums because that gives you more time to tour. You do more tour. That's what makes you your money. I don't know if that's what they do. I actually have no idea how much they'll tour in those 2 to 3 years. But I think it's only, I don't know. Is it only once?
I don't know. You know, it's what's interesting to me is like you think about Taylor Swift and the whole. I saw this video that I don't really agree with, but she was like, she scammed you for years, like her fans, which I disagree with.
Why did they say that?
They're saying she scammed them because she just re-recorded her albums and put them out to go on a massive tour that was like, what, 3 years long?
Right, right.
Making just millions every night.
Yep. Yeah, that did happen.
And that to me, it's a little scammy, but it's also brilliant. It's really smart because, like you said,
genius.
If she just kept putting out albums, people are gonna keep going to see her on tour. I don't know. That's very smart to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And your shows can be like so long, and she does it so well, where like each show is its own show, and like it's just
she's pulling a legacy card.
Yeah, yeah.
She's gonna be one of those artists like Billy Joel. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
she'll be like 60 and be like, "Oh my God, Taylor Swift's at MSG."
Yep.
And she's still pulling off.
She's gonna have a residency at a stadium.
Yeah.
It's gonna be insane. Yeah, but so I guess do you in general think that this should be something we're working back towards, like Sabrina, because she's going back on tour right after.
Oh my God, she's
going on tour starting in September. She'll be at MSG 5 nights in a row during Halloween.
Wow. So that's like, just her life.
Yeah.
It just is her life.
Yeah. I think she had, like I said, in April, she had like a 1 month vacation. And then, but I think during that time she was recording.
Wow. I mean,
but the thing is, I would do it.
Dog. Yeah.
I would do that too. Like that's what we crave as musicians. We crave the ability to, even when we're on vacation, be making money by making music. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
She travels with a studio, probably like someone there ready to.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Or whatever city they're in. They're just they'll rent a room at a studio.
Yes. Yeah.
Just work on shit.
That's awesome.
They probably have a traveling studio. They totally could.
Yeah.
You don't need that much processing stuff.
You really just need a laptop and an interface and a mic.
Yeah.
And you could do enough until you get to a real studio, you know?
Yeah.
Or even do a little bit. Maybe say she's in like Copenhagen. She's doing a show, records a little thing, sends it to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sends it to Jack Antonoff in LA, and he's like, cool. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. He throws it through all of his fancy like equipment.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
When you get here, I'll have the song done.
Yeah. Yep. And that's it. Jack, I did see a little bit of criticism about Jack Antonoff where they think because he produces so much music for people and writes so many songs for people, he's starting to use the same shit and everything.
Oh, how could you not?
Yeah.
Of course.
Like
did
his
they
opening.
pull examples?
Yes. One of Chappell Roan's songs that he helped with, I think, and one of Sabrina's songs, her new one, Man Child, has just It's the same piano. It must be the exact same chain on it. Like it is. They took everything out and they played the synths together, and it was like, Jack,
The same thing.
come on. He's just like, I'm just gonna use that. Brilliant. But people are starting to catch on.
If is it the same melody too?
No, just the same feel,
Tone,
same
feeling.
same. It had like rhythm, but it was similar rhythm to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, one could also argue that's style.
Yeah. No, I'm okay with it. But people are bashing him, and it's funny because
I'm like, that just sounds like how people make music. Like as a musician, like you have a tool belt and you pull out the tool you need.
Exactly. That's what people don't understand who aren't musicians.
Yeah.
And that because again, Taylor Swift has created this atmosphere of copyright is live or die.
Right.
Which in a way it is, but music is so murky that if you're an artist with a tool bag and you got your tool and you throw it in there, that's my tool.
Right.
I can use it.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's using this from he made it. It's his. Let him, who cares? Let him do it.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's why he was hired for that position, actually.
Yeah.
Is because they're like, I hope he does something like this other song.
Yeah. That's a great point, Lucas. He's just doing what he's paid to do.
He's doing what he's paid to do and what he probably loves to do.
Yeah. Hey, I know you produced Taylor Swift's album. I like what you did there. Can you do the same thing for me? That's what he's like, okay.
Yeah. That's
copy, paste, chain.
Yeah.
Done.
Easy. And guess what? It sounds great.
Yes.
Because it is great.
And it works.
Mhm.
If it works, why fuck with it?
Literally. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what people do,
I
man.
like that about him because he saves all of his weird ass experimental shit for his own band.
Bleachers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They got some weird stuff. I'll say it.
They are
I
weird.
do not like Bleachers. But he's like, this is my playground. Like my band is my playground. These other artists, I'm working. Like I'm doing my job. I'm doing what they need me to do. And I think that's like also a different dream than like the Sabrina realm of being the star.
Yeah.
Like he is the guy. He's the producer. He's the guy in the chair.
Yep.
I saw this this promotional technique recently on TikTok that was like producers have been doing this, which I think is brilliant. Where the first slide is like Sabrina and Taylor have Jack. Billy has Phineas. Like Chappell Roan has I believe his name is
Gorthonk.
No. I want to say Don or something. I don't know. whoever Chappell Roan's person is, you could have me. And like then they they're like trying to be a producer. I think that's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
But the guy in the chair, it gets murky. Like we were talking about it on the last episode, when the guy in the chair is also the artist.
Yeah.
It can get a little bit murky.
Well, yeah, you get lost in the weeds, man.
Mm-hmm.
You get lost in the sauce.
Especially if you're a perfectionist. What happened?
I got lost in the sauce.
Oh no. Oh God.
Yeah, well, that's what producers are, though.
What do you mean?
They're perfectionists.
Yeah, I agree.
They are. Like, I mean, except for DJ Khaled, I think like most producers are in that chair because they were probably trying to record some music like for themselves, or somebody else was recording their music and it didn't sound right. And they went, "Can I sit down? Can I just play around with that?"
Yeah.
And they didn't get up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, and I don't like it. I don't like it. As the artist, I don't love it. But also, it makes sense. I don't know. I think it's different when you're hiring the dude. If you're hiring the dude, like, I don't know. If I were to hire you, I'm paying you, okay?
Yep.
To produce a song for me.
Yeah.
Okay. But I come to you with the song.
It's
lyrics and chords.
It's written.
Lyrics and chords. Okay.
Sure.
Come to you with that. And you start doing something, and then I chime in. What would your first thought be? Would it be to follow and help because you're hired by me, or be like, you hired me, I know what's best?
That's hard to.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes a lot of sense. I think the answer nobody wants to hear is it depends on the artist, the song, and how good you are.
Yeah.
You know, like if I'm Jack Antonoff, I'm probably gonna say that.
Yeah.
But if I'm
you're gonna be like, I know what's best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
are probably going to be like, I know it's best.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think a good producer will listen because it's not their song. You know, if it were me, so here's the simple answer.
Okay.
The clean answer that would make a good clip that people would actually like go,
okay,
yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. People love that shit. This is how it is. Yup. People love that.
They do love that, yeah.
So here's this is how it is.
Okay.
The producer's role is not to be the creative force behind a thing, unless they were there when it started. When they were at the creation, if they understand the vision, then they can collaborate.
Okay.
But they cannot. I don't think it's their job to take over a song. It's their job to facilitate somebody else's art.
Oh, okay. They're the point guard.
Yes. Yeah. So they're a medium for somebody else.
I like that.
They're the paintbrush, not the painter.
I love that. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
I think that's why teams of two, it can be a little difficult. I don't know how. First of all, I don't know how Phineas and Billy do it just as siblings. That to me is crazy. I don't know how to do that.
I don't have any siblings, and I know I'd go crazy.
Yeah, I do like that on a lot of the songs that Sabrina does. Amy Allen is a writer who is unbelievable. She's one of the artists that I work with at Warner.
She's a writer?
She's mainly a writer, but she does her own projects as well under Warner.
Right.
But she writes for everybody. And so she's usually, I think, that third person that is in there to be a writer with Jack and Sabrina. You got your producer, you got your writer who's trying to get the feel of the emotion, and Sabrina. John Bellion in one of his interviews was talking about Amy Allen because they were writing together one day on like somebody else's songs. Because what all these writers do, sometimes the label just throw them in a room. Like like Amy Allen and John Bellion and this other guy, they threw them in a room. There's like, you got to write this song for somebody. And apparently they were waiting for this person to show up because apparently famous people just show up late all the time.
Yeah.
And so in that time that they're waiting, they're working on songs for maybe them or just working on a random song or like trying to do something. And the one guy said to John, was like, you know what I want to do? I want to work on a John Bellion song.
Ooh.
And John was like, I'm not making songs. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And this was like the first song that he worked on before coming back. And like, then Amy Allen was like, where are you at right now? That was the question. I believe word for word, that's what she said. Where are you at right now? And he's like, oh, I'm about to be a dad. I'm very scared about it. A lot of fear about it. And I like, don't know how it's going to go or whatever. And then they wrote the song Why with Luke Combs on it. Yeah. And so Amy Allen, I feel like, is the emotional enforcer, if that makes sense. Maybe not enforcer. She pulls it out of you somehow.
She's the conduit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
She makes the room have an emotion. It's not, you're not there to just work. She makes the room have an emotion.
She's like a sponge. She pulls forth the emotion. She's like, I don't know.
She sucks it up.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's insane how people have that ability. I think, what's his name? Benny Blanco and Ed Sheeran. Them as like a duo, they're really good at doing that.
Are they? So obviously Ed Sheeran writes. Is Benny Blanco's producer?
Yeah, he produces a lot of his stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
And Benny Blanco is also another huge writer. Mainly just a writer and producer. Like, that's what he does. He's not really a star, although he is now married to Selena Gomez, which is crazy.
He's that guy.
That guy.
He's a weird looking dude.
But he's incredibly talented.
Did you see that video where somebody was interviewing him and they're like, "You're with Selena Gomez?" What the fuck?
No, I didn't see that.
They were so mad. They're like, you? When I found out you were with Selena Gomez, I cried. I cried. I was like, if I have no chance. It's
that should, if anything, that should be a positive.
He just wanted to give up. I don't know why. It should be a positive.
That should be positive.
But the guy was pissed.
That means we can do it. You can accomplish anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's
if Benny can do it. Yeah. Anyway, so
you just have to be massively successful and like write everyone's really big hits,
and probably be a pretty chill dude.
Yeah, he seems awesome. He seems
really cool.
He's in a bunch of episodes of Lil Dicky's show of Dave.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
Yeah,
I watched
they
like
run around naked.
half of the first season. Is he in that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They run around naked together?
Yeah, when they're running around his house naked together. It's very funny. But Benny Blanco, there was a clip of him talking about writing moves like Jagger.
I think I saw this.
Did
go
you?
ahead. Go ahead.
When he was the label was like, we need a song now. You don't have time. You need this song now. And he's like, this sucks. Like, this is bad. And then he like, they had to make it in like an hour or something. And they
made moves like Jagger.
Yeah. And they just like sent it to like like Adam and the team. And they were like, oh, this is good. But they weren't going to like use it. They weren't going to put it out as a single. They were going to like put it deep in the album, which it is. It's like the second to last song on the album, but it's their biggest hit from the album. So like
that song was gigantic.
Yeah.
You could not get away from that song.
So I don't know. It's so cool hearing about writers and who wrote what.
I love it. Dude, that's what interests me most, I think. Like if I had to pick excuse me. I just coughed up some of my cough drop into my shirt, and I'll go ahead and put that right back in my mouth.
Ew, dude. God damn it. All right, continue.
If I had to pick one side of the aisle on that,
I
think I'd rather be the writer, producer guy making the music than be like outperforming all the time.
I think so too. I'm right there with you.
Like,
I love performing, but I would much rather be the creator.
Because the other thing is like, my issue with being out on the road like all year, as much as I would love it, you can't have a family.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I want to have a family someday. So
it's that's the John Bellion.
That's John. That's me and Johnny Boy.
You talk to him.
We're the same.
You should call him up.
Hey, John. Can you help me make it work?
Yeah. You just got to do one show.
I just have to do one big show.
Just one big show.
I'm gonna do MSG.
You should.
John.
$800,000. You got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you could do
if
that.
I liquidized all my assets. my liquidity.
Yeah. You know, it'd be really funny. You know how you can look up people's net worth? We look up our net worth. It's just in the minus. It's so far in the negative.
That would be so funny if we like could find a way to make Google say our net worth when you looked it up.
That would be funny.
And it's like -5 million.
They're in so much debt.
Lots and lots of debt.
They're in Bruno Mars level debt.
But I want to go back to you saying about how like it's in like sometimes you have a 3-person room. You have the artist, the producer, and a writer.
Yeah.
Or an emotional,
Yes.
Somebody draws out emotion.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, that is the most important role in the room. The emotional like center, like the person who's like got a bead on what makes the song special.
Yes. Yeah.
How
to feel. Like, what are we all feeling? What's the vibe of this room right now? What are you going through? You know, like almost like a therapist,
Dude, literally. Because for me, that is the most important element in a song. Like in music in general. And
I have to agree.
Normally, that is whoever wrote the song originally or whoever the artist is has that. Normally, that is what they have, like that they're trying to like they have the vision. When I say you have a vision, it's usually an emotional center that you're like pulling from, like some sort of feeling that you're trying to like get on board with. That the producer I think should facilitate. But it's not. I mean, like anybody who's ever tried to tell anybody their feelings, like it's not an easy thing to like communicate.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult to communicate like not only, how the song should feel, but what about the song makes you feel that way.
Yeah.
And like how much further could we go into it? Like that's hard. That's really hard to get out. In fact, it's why we make music, in my opinion. Is because we can't communicate it.
Right.
So
I agree.
We're making the music because we can't communicate this feeling that we have. But then you're put in the situation where you have to communicate the feeling in order to make the song. It's like this back and forth. So if you have somebody in the room who is good at that, like a therapist, is good at like being able to like translate the emotions or like talk somebody through like how they're feeling and like how to pull that out and put it into the song.
No, I agree. I think it's important.
It's like that
could change everything.
Oh,
I think about
yeah.
like with me writing, like every time I like hit a block or like I'm just like I don't even know what I'm feeling. I'm trying to write something about something.
Yeah.
Say I'm trying to write about a date.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went on a date. It was amazing. I'm trying to write about that. I don't even know what I'm feeling. I'm trying to put myself in a position that I was in, and I don't necessarily know what I'm feeling or how to put that into words.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really nice to have someone be like asking me questions for me to go, oh, this is what I'm feeling.
Right. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
See, if I were...
and then have someone in the chair going,
yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, I know that. And then they do that. Yeah.
You need a team. You need a team.
You need a team.
And the thing is, though, again, like we talked about last episode, your team's got to know your role. Know your role.
Know what you're supposed to do.
Because, like, you could have a team, but if they're all trying to be all the roles, ain't going to work.
That too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Classic YouTube.
Classic YouTube.
Remember the Too Many Cooks video?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God. Really? We're going to have to watch it.
I think you showed me. I think we've had this conversation
yeah.
before.
It gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Yeah, we'll have to watch it eventually.
It is just a saying, though, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Too many cooks.
I didn't know if I was referencing a video I hadn't seen.
No, you're right.
Okay.
It is a saying as well.
I think if I were a producer,
mm-hmm.
that would be the way I would produce. Is I would be more of a pull on somebody's emotions thing.
Yeah.
Than I am. I'm not super technically skilled.
Yeah.
But I think I could be good at that, and I think that's why Rick Rubin's so good. I think that's what he is. He's I think they called him a spiritual guide on like a bunch of the records he's on.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that maybe last time or when we were talking at some point. You mentioned Rick Rubin.
I love him, so I probably did.
Yeah.
I've been listening to his podcast, by the way. He's really good at that.
What was like Rick Rubin's first like? When did he come on the scene as like that dude?
80s, I think.
Okay.
I think he was into punk and rap.
Yeah. He kind of looks like he looks like a ZZ Top member, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
That's the guy.
I always get him and Mark Ronson, those names in my head. I flip them. I know they're different. I know who they are.
They are,
but
in
my for some reason I flip flop them constantly.
They don't even look alike at all.
No, not even close. Yeah, no.
But Rick Rubin, Mark Ronson. Well, they both. There's a lot of R's there.
Yes.
Mark, R,
Rick,
Mark,
Rick,
Ronson, Rubin. No, I see that. No, I get that. I get that. I get him confused with. I'm the only person in the world. I get Mark Ronson confused with. Mick Ronson, who was the guitar player for the Spiders from Mars.
Whoa.
David Bowie's band.
Wow. You get him. You are the only person.
I'm the only person in the world who, by the way, the only person our age who knows his name.
I've never heard of that person before in my life.
Yeah. Thank you.
But that's cool.
That was a
niche. That's a niche for you.
It's niche.
It's niche for you.
I could see somebody saying like, oh, well, he's way cooler.
Yeah.
I could see somebody doing that. I'm not going to be that guy. So
I'm intrigued.
The first album he produced was The Pricks by The Pricks.
Oh, huge.
That must be a punk band.
Yes.
And then Hose. And then Tila Rock and Jazzy J.
Okay.
And then LL Cool J, Beastie Boys, Run DMC. Yeah, okay. So
then he got into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like okay, he went very hip hop with it. But I bet The Pricks, that has to be a punk band, right?
Yeah.
You think?
Must be. Also, we gotta briefly say R.I.P. Brian Wilson.
Dude, I'm so bent out of shape.
With that, really?
Yeah. To me, he's like God. He's a God music.
Why do you think he's a god? Like what to you? Why is he like a god?
Just honestly, just for the song God Only Knows, just for that song, travesty that he's dead.
Yes.
But his catalog is crazy. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's as crazy as somebody like Paul McCartney or like, I don't know, like Michael Jackson or something.
Yeah.
But like, he's up there. Like, I think he's in that realm. Like, I mean, Pet Sounds alone.
I was going to say,
I love Pet Sounds. And it's just a genius piece piece of music.
I love that quote when he's like, I wasn't even into beach stuff or like surfing stuff. That's funny to me.
It's like, I just make music. I don't know.
It's interesting because that was always in school. He was always like the antichrist to Armand's Beatles.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like he's always talking about, well, out west, these guys out west were doing like these Beach Boys were doing this shit. But he's like, Pet Sounds is good. Yeah, I just remember like Pet Sounds is so important to music.
Yeah. It's like, it's one of those records that like older generations will say like is the best album of all time. It's Paul McCartney's favorite album.
Really?
It's what inspired I don't know if it was Revolver or Sgt. Pepper's, but like Paul McCartney heard Pet Sounds and went, shit, well, I got to step it up.
Yeah.
And then they wrote like the best album of all time.
I love that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because you probably have more knowledge on this than me, but I remember hearing about, maybe it was in class or something, about how they, in terms of actual physical recording, they like changed the game on how they were like dubbing vocals or something, or like they were like, the way they recorded was like something crazy that like kind of changed the game.
Boys or
the Beach Boys.
Yeah. So they started this, and I could be wrong. I'm sure people have done it before. In fact, everybody does it. But we think of music now like when you go to sit down with a DAW or on your computer, like you can make as many tracks or channels as you want. You know what I mean? Like you have one audio file that is the bass, one that's like the snare drum.
Yeah.
Like every single piece of the song is separated.
Yes. Yeah.
And those are called tracks. When you are living in like 1964, the cutting edge technology, because you're recording to tape, like physical tape, is a 4-track machine. You have 4 tracks to work with,
which is crazy.
And here's the issue. Insane. Usually you only really had 3 tracks because the 4th track you needed to mix everything down to. Like,
oh, yeah.
So like you had one track that was like, okay, here's all this shit like we're not going to touch anymore. And then the other 3 are like stuff you can like, I don't know, like move, like make louder or quieter.
Oh, so like one track was almost like the master?
Yeah. Okay, one track was basically the master.
Okay.
Which is, I think, where that idea comes from.
Okay.
And what you do is like at the end, like that's like, imagine only having 3. Like,
yeah, no, that's insane.
That's insane. That's it. Literally, like
it's insane to even think before then I'm having one. Yeah, one mic in a room.
You're
just recording a whole band.
Like,
no wonder, and that's also an testament to how good bands were back then. Is you had to be perfect.
You had to be perfect.
You had one shot for the song to be perfect.
Yep. But that's the other thing. Like you could have multiple mics. Like you could have multiple mics coming into one track, but like then it's recorded. Like you can't change it after that.
Yes. Yeah. No, I get that.
And usually,
so they were using that.
So that's what they were using. Okay. And like the thing they came up with, right, is they're like once the song's done, you mix it all down to like one track. Then you have your master track.
Yeah.
They were like, well, we could mix all these down, and people had done this before, but like they're like, we could like put a lot of shit on this. Like it doesn't have to just be like 4 instruments.
Yeah.
Like you could keep doing that over and over and over again, right? The Beatles went crazy with this, but now you record like 3 different things, and then you're like, okay, these all sound pretty good. I'm gonna put them down to my like other track that I have, my last one. Now I can record 3 more things, and then you mix them down. Now I can record 3 more things. And they're putting like goats and like dogs barking and like birds and shit. Like
pet sounds.
Yeah. So like they have like an orchestra of like non-orchestra like they have the amount of instruments as like an orchestra, but like not with actual orchestra. Yeah. Things. You know, like that's where they push. They're like, okay, we can use whatever we want in the studio. It doesn't have to sound like a live band.
Yeah. That's so cool.
I guess if I were to simplify
that makes sense though.
They don't have to be a live band.
And that's really cool. So they were like kind of pioneers with that almost.
Yeah, for sure. Them and then the Beatles, I think, went the furthest with it. But yeah,
that's cool that Paul McCartney was like, I gotta step my shit up if they're putting all this shit in their album. Are you kidding me? I gotta do that.
It's like, wait, you can do that?
Yeah.
That's gonna be my life now.
Oh, you can do.
Wait. You can do that. But that's just that's what music is now.
Yeah.
They flip the.
You can put hundreds of tracks on there if you want.
Yeah.
Mix it down.
Don't.
And a lot of people do.
Well, if you don't know what you're doing, don't. It will sound bad.
Yeah. It
will sound bad. I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know what you're doing, it can be amazing. And like a lot of the best producers do. Yeah.
Yeah. That's very cool. But yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah. If you haven't, go listen to Pet Sounds. It's amazing. That's a biopic I want to watch. Is the one they did. Paul Dano plays him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I'd like to watch that too. That sounds great.
It's something Mercy. Show Me Mercy, something like that. It's supposed to be really good. It's just about there's a period where he goes historically goes crazy.
Oh.
Took too much acid.
Ah.
And then he tried to make like the follow up to Pet Sounds and he just couldn't handle it.
Damn.
I forget what he has. Schizophrenia? Well, no, he's dead now, but in the 60s?
Oh, I don't know. He did recently. He had a conservatorship. He had dementia.
Oh, okay. So that's probably what killed him.
But
Britney Spears has dementia?
no, he had
No, she had a conservatorship.
Conservativeship?
Conservatorship.
It's where, like, someone
her
else
parent.
has, like, full control of like your assets and a lot of your time.
Like
Oh.
literally controls everything about you.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't watched like the Britney Spears doc, it's great.
Yeah.
Now I
It
have
makes much
to.
more sense with someone who's like
Ow.
80 and has dementia.
Right.
Sorry.
But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that he had schizophrenia.
Okay.
I think so. Anyway, yeah, that was pretty crazy. So
is crazy.
R.I.P. And
R.I.P.
Sly Stone
Sly
just died.
Stone, also R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I don't know as much about Sly.
He's really good. My dad said that this is a quote from David. He said Prince wouldn't have happened without Sly Stone.
Mm.
So
I like that.
and that makes sense. I think out of the little I've listened to both. Aaron, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Have you ever had a wedgie?
Oh, here we go. I think so. Accidental or like someone pulling or like.
Yeah, usually it's bullying.
Yeah, I haven't really had a bullying wedgie, I don't think.
How
Maybe I have. I don't know.
You don't remember?
If I did, I blacked it out.
Yes, you would.
Maybe I just think I know what they would feel like. I don't know. I have this
What are
this
you
image
thinking
of my head in gym class of maybe having one done, but
That'd be the place.
But
What
I
do you
don't
remember?
think-
What are you thinking of? Can you feel it?
no, I can't really feel it, but I know what one feels like, you know?
I'm imagining it. Imagining
Yeah.
friction.
Yes.
Lots
yeah,
of friction.
Yeah, and the
espe-
pull.
The pole, especially like right at the top
Yeah.
of your butt.
Maybe I'm thinking of Minutemen.
That was a bad one.
That's a bad one. The atomic wedgie.
The
putting
atomic
over
wedgie.
your head. Yeah.
Which hilarious.
Very funny.
Has to be impossible.
Yes. It can't be real.
There is no way.
Yeah. I've never been. I don't think I've been wedgied.
I'm pretty sure I haven't either. But it doesn't sound pleasant.
No, it sounds awful.
Maybe I have. I think I might have. Like somebody did it like quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's like, I think if it's done really hard, it could really hurt you.
I think it could be really bad.
Yeah.
I'm also just thinking of like what gets pulled on
Yes. Right.
at,
Yeah.
at the front.
Yeah.
That could be really bad.
That's awful.
But I could see just having friction burns.
Yeah. That too. That'd be
In your
awful.
ass.
I would hate that. Yeah.
Ass friction.
Mm. Ugh. Yeah. Would you rather get wedgied or swirlied?
Great question. How bad's the wedgie? Wedgied.
You're getting wedgied.
I'd rather get wedgied.
Yeah.
I'd rather get wedgied.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Have you ever been swirlied?
No, never been swirlied. That was my biggest fear for a long time. I'm
Like
not
you're
gonna
going
lie.
into
I
high
was,
school, you're like,
yeah.
oh no.
Like I was really afraid that swirling was real.
I don't know anybody who's been swirlied. Thank God. I don't think. That's
don't
got to
think-
be one of the most humiliating things you can do
Yeah.
to somebody.
Yeah, I can't believe that was just like a normal bullying tactic. We're gonna stick your head in the toilet.
Do you think that was made up for movies? Maybe.
Maybe I don't know. I feel like people probably did it.
To me, that's like if
You couldn't get caught with anything, Lucas. Of course, people were doing crazy shit to each other.
What do you mean you couldn't? Oh,
There's no
phones,
cameras or
no
anything.
cameras?
There's
Oh, yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
People were swirling left and right and be like, I don't know.
I don't know why he's walking
Yeah.
out with his head dripping.
Yeah, why is he wet? I don't know.
Probably an idiot, doesn't know how to use the sink.
Yeah, exactly.
That's psychopath behavior.
Yeah, it is.
Honestly, I think that beating up somebody is less psychopathic than giving them a swirly.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Can you like imagine what like how much more uncomfortable it would be to like hold somebody's head, like you're grabbing their hair and with one hand you're forcing them down, and they're pulling, and they're pulling, and then you flush, and you have to do that, and all of your muscles, by the way, and then you have to laugh,
and then you have to have fun doing it. Yeah, it's humiliating.
That's maniacal.
Yeah,
that's beyond bullying. That's you're getting off.
You got to look down too, because I feel like if you look up, you see the under part of the bowl, and you don't want to see that. I feel like that could end a life. That would end my life. I really do. I think I would.
I think you'd go, I'm going to stay down.
Yeah,
I'm not getting up.
You know what? Drown me. Do what you have to.
You're hitting his hand. Don't flush it. Don't flush it. I want to breathe.
There's not a toilet in the world that I would want to be swirlied in. I don't think there's a toilet clean enough for me to be swirlied in.
Brand new toilet.
No one's used it.
This would be the first time.
And it's for a swirly.
It's for a swirly.
That's just waterboarding.
I almost want
out of principle, no. Because then you could say I got swirlied, and I don't want that.
Aren't you curious what the experience?
Are you
would be
curious?
Like? Yeah.
You want to be swirlied?
No.
Oh,
but I'm. But I'm
like, all right, let's go.
But
I got 2 toilets for you.
As to what it would be like to like not be able to get my head up and then have all of the water around me swirl.
Swirl, yeah.
The swirly part.
Yeah.
And then air.
Yeah.
What is that? And like I'm looking, and all I can see is swirling water.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And a hole.
It sounds like
where all of it's going.
Sounds like an experience, man.
Yeah.
I would do a VR swirly. Would you do a VR swirly?
God, you wouldn't be able to feel the water, dude.
Yeah, I don't want that part.
You need to feel.
I don't like being wet.
Do you think we could rent out the 4DX to feel a swirly?
And it's just a toilet flushing on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we probably could.
That'd be awesome. So was that the question from that girl?
But shout out to, I think her name's Lena. Has commented.
Yes, many times.
Well, once for this question,
yes.
And then many times to say that we ignored it.
Yeah,
we missed it. About Wedgies.
Well, at first, hold on. Let's call a spade a spade. At first, she wanted us to wedgie each other on the podcast.
Okay, so you have been paying attention.
I saw that one, and then I stopped paying attention because I was like, no,
I'm not
getting wedgied or wedging Lucas. So I stopped paying attention.
You won't wedgie me?
No.
Thank God.
I wouldn't. I would never.
Out of principle.
That's really good. Or else the principal would probably give me detention.
Great one.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
turnaround
you.
on
I'll
that.
be here all week.
So and then she changed it to just talk about wedges.
Yeah. Have you ever had one? And I haven't.
No, I haven't. Oh, I don't think. Maybe I have.
Again, maybe we have.
I feel like I have like this ghost memory, and like it just wasn't that bad, so I don't really remember.
That's how I feel.
I feel like I was in
We've
gym
probably
shorts.
been like a little wedgied by a friend. Like maybe not like a huge one, but maybe just like boop real quick, and you're like,
probably.
Don't.
Yeah.
You
like
know,
10,
one of those.
I'm like
when we were doing 5 stars and shit, you know, like something like that where it just would happen randomly because someone thought it was funny. You're like, I'll fucking swing right now.
But we all have had wedgies.
Yes.
Like if you're like running in like, I don't know, like sweatpants.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Get the sweatpants wedgie.
Yeah, that's the
then
worst.
You're picking your ass.
Yeah,
in public.
you can't be picking your ass. The ass pick in public is really bad.
Do you leave it in over picking your ass?
Yes.
Picking the wedgie out?
Well, because I don't know if you have this, because this can be confusing.
Uh-huh.
You feel the wedgie. Okay. And then for me, if I'm walking and I feel the wedgie, my concern is that the wedgie is both pant and underwear.
Right. I don't want people seeing my butt cheeks.
Yes. So that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I will check. Maybe I'm grabbing for my wallet to make sure that my pant is not wedgied. If it's just my underwear, I'm leaving it until I'm in a safe space where I can adjust.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah. But yes, any other time I'm immediately fixing it.
What about in like shorts? Like
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
talking
something
about.
that doesn't have a back pocket, or are you just pulling?
Oh, the pull is good too. Yeah, but usually I'm just like, I don't know. I think it's okay to do just like a really quick swipe. Not like you're wiping your butt, but like just a quick, like maybe you're patting. You know, you do a quick pat. Like
Do a quick pat. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm wearing the wrong shorts.
That makes sense. I like that move. No, that's a good move.
Thank you.
I pick my ass in public. I pick it. I get in there with my fingers.
Yeah.
And I have no shame. Honestly, my move.
You scratch too?
No, I won't. I don't usually scratch, but I'll adjust up front too.
Yeah.
My thing is that this is
No, go ahead.
I'm very confrontational when I do it too.
Yeah.
Because
what could that possibly mean?
When I do that, I will look around to try to make eye contact.
Oh no, Lucas.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because it discourages people from looking at you.
I guess so, yeah. People will look away.
And then they feel weird.
Out of fear. Yeah, they do.
Because that's the thing. I don't want to feel weird to catch somebody look. I want to be.
Well, oh, you looking? Huh? You like what you're saying?
Yeah.
Why don't you get over here and unpick my ass?
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, not once have I ever made eye contact with somebody while I'm doing it. Yeah. And it blows me away. So two reasons for that. One, I'm not gonna feel like the weirdo.
No,
I'm being weird.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be like, oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And two, now I know nobody saw.
Right. No, that's
which is huge. I don't have to feel embarrassed.
That is so smart.
I value my comfort more than I value other people's comfort in both scenarios.
That
physically
makes a lot of sense.
And mentally.
Yeah. That's very funny.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, take care of yourself until you get spit in the ear.
Spit in the ear?
Mm-hmm.
What happened there?
You got spit in the ear. Someone spit in your ear at the bar on Friday.
Oh my God. No, he didn't spit in my ear.
He didn't spit in your ear?
Who told you that?
We all left the bar furious because we thought he spit in your ear.
No, he told me I smelled like shit.
I knew that, and then I thought he spit in your ear. I thought that's why everyone was pissed.
No, it would justify me being more mad though if he did do that.
Oh, well, that changes everything. I thought we saw him on the subway, and I thought about swinging.
You did? You saw him?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's the worst.
No,
I thought he had assaulted you with his saliva.
He grabbed me on the shoulder,
mm-hmm.
and he was like, "You smell like shit, bro." And I laughed because I'm like, "That's kind of funny."
Yeah.
To come up, and then he doesn't laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Straight face, and he's like, "No, really." And he gets real close to my ear, and that's maybe that's why people thought he spit in my ear.
Yeah.
And maybe he did a little bit because he's very enunciative.
Mm-hmm.
You smell like shit. And then I got really mad and I pushed him.
Yeah. I did. I knew the push. Well, that's why I thought he spits because I thought that was the push. But yeah, I pushed too.
I was like, I'm sorry, you don't come up here and like grab me.
Yeah.
And like manhandle me and tell me I smell like shit twice.
Yeah. He's so
Expect me not to get pissed off.
Yeah. Such a finance bro. He was in like a white polo.
Bro. He was in a white polo. He was like,
take your white polo and get out of here.
I don't think here's the thing. I don't think he expected me to I think he expected me to just take it.
Yes.
I think is what he expected. And I think he was very surprised to see me be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to.
It was ridiculous. I couldn't believe it.
I didn't smell like shit, but somebody did fart.
I think he farted. I think he did it to you.
That's my thought. And that's what I said to him. Like, before I pushed him, I was like, you didn't just come up here and fart on me and then tell me I smell like shit. And I pushed him, laughing at him. And then I turned around.
Yeah.
And then he walked out and he left.
Yeah. That would have been that was almost our moment to fight.
Dude, that would have been it.
That would have been it.
We would have kicked his ass.
It would have been awesome. On Cassie's birthday.
I know. She would have been so happy about that.
It would have been awesome.
It's for your honor, babe. Yeah. It's for your honor.
Babe. He was trying to say that you farted.
You don't fart. You of all people don't fart.
I understand.
I had to stand up for your honor.
That's okay. Well, I'm glad he didn't spit in your ear because I was worried about that.
I might have hit him.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have. I don't
think you would have either.
Honestly, I'm really surprised I pushed
him. If anything, he would have hit you first. Yeah. And then you would have been very much so in your rights to swing. He seemed drunk enough where I felt like he might have done something, but
I could have seen it. I could have seen it. I'm not very violent. I'm surprised I pushed him at all. But
I would have pushed too. If I got a little dribble in my ear.
Oh my God. Honestly,
felt the scruff of his chin.
It was a stinky fart.
Yeah.
It was. I think that's what got me sick. I'm not gonna lie.
It could have been. Maybe it was Renee.
I think I went, ooh.
Yeah.
Now I'm ill.
You were sick forever.
And then I got sick.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Gross, dude. That was so gross.
That was disgusting.
Nasty. I've been doing this thing recently where I'll sign up. I have like subscriptions to emails, like for different websites or brands that I like Adidas per se. I've been kind of loving teasing them.
Yeah, what do you do?
Because the thing is, they think they got me by the balls.
Yes,
most of the time they do, but I'm kind of coming around on it. Okay.
Okay.
Because I get a high from adding things to my cart. Okay. I love adding things to my cart. The thought of being able to afford those things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I could buy them if I really wanted to.
So today I was on True Classic, which is what this shirt is, on True Classic's website. Put a bunch of shirts in my cart. Then I exited out. I get an email not 1 minute later saying, your cart misses you. And I was like, oh, does it? Oh, does my cart miss me? Tell me more. Tell me how bad you miss me. I get an email an hour later. Are you just not going to buy that? Please come see all these things in your cart.
Wow.
Like your cart needs you.
Playing hard to get. Cat and mouse over here.
Yeah. I tease the fuck out of companies. I love it. They want me bad.
They want you bad, dude. They want you bad.
At first I wanted you. The tables have turned. You want me now.
They're begging. They're on their hands and knees
they
for
are.
you.
They're crawling. They're Sabrina.
They are Sabrina.
It's insane. I was like, what if I put stuff in the cart and then closed it? What would they do? Immediate email. Hey, I think you forgot something. You might. Hey, you left your scarf here. Do you mind? Do you want to meet up for dinner and I can give that back to you? Right. No, I'm good. Actually, I don't need it. You can keep that scarf.
Hey, the scarf's in my mouth. I should probably pass it to your mouth through kissing.
Yeah. Sorry. No, I can't. I can't do that. Sorry. Oh, actually, by the way, thanks for paying for dinner.
I'll have the souffle.
I'm waiting. I'm just gonna keep doing that until they send me another code for a discount.
I've had that.
Really?
I got a code.
All right. So tease companies.
No, it'll happen.
Tease them.
They'll say, "Hey, come back. Here's a code."
Yeah, they do. 15%. They were literally like, "Your cart misses you. Your cart needs you.
Buy it.
Come back. Did you forget something?" Yeah. No, I didn't.
No,
actually.
Well,
I
didn't want to buy it.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
Yeah, I don't. I'm poor, but I like to feel like I have the money to buy this, so I'll put it in my cart and then exit out.
Beautiful.
And it's awesome.
Dude, what a power move.
Yeah.
What a power move.
It's
you are in control, not the company.
I control all the companies that I shop for.
You are the CEO of CEOs.
I am. I really am. Adidas, I control you. True Classic, I control you. Target, I own your ass. Kidding me? Target and me go way back. I've been cat and mousing with Target since I was like 18. It's the best, dude.
Dude, you got Target wrapped around your finger, man.
That's for sure. That's what the logo is. It's my finger and them wrapped around. It's not a bullseye.
No, you guys didn't know that?
Yeah.
It's Aaron.
Yeah.
It's Aaron.
That middle dot is me.
That's Aaron.
That's a new t-shirt. The Target logo, but my face in the middle.
Got you wrapped around my finger. Yeah.
Got you wrapped like Target.
Got you wrapped like Target.
Man.
Lena,
what?
Ask more questions if you want. Lena?
Oh, yeah. Please.
We'll talk.
I'm sorry for ignoring you the first time. Just don't ask me to wedgie.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line is wedging.
There's a line. We'll talk about anything, but we won't do anything.
Right. Yeah. And also, if you want us to keep talking about your questions, it'd be cool if you subscribe to the Patreon.
That would be really sick. It'd also be cool that when I asked you what you'd said in the other comment, you said that. You would tell me.
That would be really cool.
Because I went through all of our videos to find your original comment. And it took me like a little while.
Yeah.
But I did find it.
Yeah, he found it.
I was happy to do it.
But it took him a minute. So just save us all some time. You could just let him know.
It'd be nice. But I'm happy to talk about love you.
Love it. Yeah, we love you. All right. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. Subscribe to the Patreon. Please subscribe to the Patreon because this month, hopefully, we'll have some tan off things to put on there.
Yep.
You're going to want to be all in on the tan off. I feel like it's been going well so far, at least for me. I feel pretty good about where I'm at. So please subscribe to the Patreon. Go buy a shirt, buy a tote bag. Shout out our friend Ishani who bought a tote bag. You're the best. Go buy a shirt. Go buy a mug. Lucas's mug that he has right here. This mug. You can go buy it.
It's great. It's my favorite mug.
What, $8.50? Go buy it. It's so cheap.
But that's it. That's pretty cheap.
Go buy it right now. Go do it on anywhere. TikTok, on Etsy, on our actual shop, wherever you want. Just go buy it. It's in the link in our bio. Please go buy it. It would mean so much to us and it would help us a lot because then we can also get a new microphone and a new interface so that when Max is here, there's no echo. I know you want that. Everyone has been telling me you want that because you hate that there's an echo. So if you want that, please go buy shirts and subscribe to the Patreon so that we can buy all those stuff. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week.